Welcome to Grab Overload. I'm Anthony, and Intel talks 10 nanometer at CES. So Intel had a fun CES announcement overall. I kind of got the feeling though, listening to the announcement, that they were basically getting ready for later 2019, early 2020. They really want to start providing custom solutions to customers and really helping their customers solve based upon a custom solution they can provide it to them. They want to have a bigger addressable market by doing that, and they said it was about $300 billion in a total addressable market. So that was really kind of cool that they're kind of trying to go that way and make sure that the customers are going to have that unique solution. But getting into some of the stuff that they did announce some products here, which are the ninth gen core desktop processors, and they're going to have six new processors there, and they're going to be these new F. They're going to have an F annotation, so they don't have any iGPU on them. So they're going to still have like the KF and the F, depending upon what they are. And I'm interested to see how these products actually go through and maybe have a few extra percentage over their K counterpart. If it's like 9900K and versus 900KF, maybe you might have some a little bit more power to use, a little bit better performance overall than if you're not doing that. So I'm very interested to see how Intel does this. This may even, by going this direction, may also put Intel into another move where if they need to add more cores to their CPU, they don't have to come with an iGPU on it either. Free up a little bit of space there. Just some of my own thoughts on what they may do in the future to kind of, if AMD adds more cores, they would probably want to do something as well. And maybe they just take out the iGPU to be able to get a higher core count easier just kind of using the same architecture they have until the new 10 nanometer stuff is out in full force. But then the ninth gen mobile processors are going to be out next quarter, so we should be able to start seeing some devices out there with these new ninth gen cores. It'll be, I think, just an evolution there of the current 8th gen, which is always good to see. And, Intel kind of likes to get out, so companies and everybody else can feel like they're buying a nice new product. But, it's the 10 nanometer stuff that everyone's really waiting for. And the 10 nanometer client Ice Lake processors, holiday 2019, and that's what Intel's gunning for right now. And that's going to be based on the Sunny Cove architecture, which they kind of talked about a few weeks ago at their Intel Architecture Day. Gen 11 graphics, Thunderbolt 3. So they're supposed to have, with Gen 11 graphics, just great, 4K display stuff that they can display now. Very thin. Thunderbolt 3 external graphics cards. I'm excited for that you're going to be able to hook in, and that's going to be built in. And so hopefully companies actually execute on that and allow that as well to use full Thunderbolt 3. Hopefully Intel opens it up too so that other platforms can use it. Wi-Fi 6 is going to be coming. DL Boost machine instructions. And it could be a fun holiday 2019, with everything AMD's doing this year that they announced, and then NVIDIA as well with the RTX stuff, and Intel maybe getting the graphics here in 2020. Holiday 2019 with 10 nanometers is going to be kind of exciting. We actually get to see some new manufacturing process from Intel. Finally, it's finally here. And so it's still a grain of salt, who knows, but it's still coming. And then Intel kind of went in through and their vision, and they started talking about their vision of stuff that they're going to do. And then I'll end on the data center side of things. But like Project Athena, getting in new devices that Intel's working out there. From things I've heard is that it's supposed to be really rethinking a lot of things that Intel has already had out there. Like, Ultrabook was a lot of their design, but really working with more industry partners to make it an even better experience and better class of devices. So I'm interested to see what different classes of devices we can have and what some of these engineers think of, because I'm all for new devices, trying it out and seeing what sticks, because it could be really kind of a lot of fun. Then we have Lakefield, which is going to be a 10 nanometer CPU. It's going to be a hybrid CPU, so kind of like your mobile chips are hybrid. They have big cores and little cores. Same concept. So you think you got like the core architecture, and then you have like the Atom architecture on one CPU. And so they're doing a lot of like gluing stuff together, I think, like AMD did, right? oh wait, that was Intel accusing AMD of just gluing stuff together. But Intel's kind of doing the same thing here, doing 3D packaging, which I'm really excited about to see, especially with how they dissipate that heat off of there on that 3D packaging. But they were talking about that's going to be very, very low standby power, and it's going to be below 11-inch form factor. So that's very interesting in this Lakefield processor. I'm thinking mobile stuff. Hopefully it's better than the last, shot at mobile of what they did. But then jumping in the data center, they touched on Cascade Lake, and that's this year, 48 cores. It's going to have machine learning architecture or instructions on it as well. They also talked about their Nirvana, which is going to be their neural network processing interface. So that's there, and that's going to be released in the second half of 2019. So Cascade Lake, I didn't think they'd announce it, but I'm guessing it's going to be in like second quarter here or very soon. Cascade Lake here, and then second half you'll also be able to take advantage of that neural networks. But then they also then started talking about 10 nanometer Ice Lake for the servers, and what they basically said, get ready for 2020. So my thoughts are, like I said in the beginning, is that Intel seems to be positioning themselves to get ready for holiday 2019 and launch in 2020. They might come out with another, maybe desktop processor, maybe if AMD just really increases the core count or something, just to maybe compete with them in certain areas. But it really seems like that Intel is setting themselves up so that they can get on the right foot, and then in 2019, launch into 2020, probably maybe see a graphics card from them and stuff. So I'm really kind of excited to see what they kind of do, how they kind of maybe improve, in areas they are going into 2020 on this 10 nanometer. Hopefully the 10 nanometer gets out, because with things where they're heating up here, especially with Intel getting into graphics, NVIDIA coming out with new ray tracing stuff and everything they have out, ARM coming from all directions, NVIDIA or AMD's coming at them too with some of their high-end compute stuff. It's going to be a fun year, and I think if Intel can get this 10 nanometer right, they can start 2020 off on the right foot. So with that, thank you for watching. Thank you for helping this channel grow and subscribing to it. I really appreciate it. Until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe.